Look, I'm new to this. I ain't true to this. Oh no, that was stupid. Yo, what's up? Oh no, that's dumb. Hi everyone, you are watching In Lena's Lane 24/7. Okay, so YouTube University is a very new venture for me. I have been really wanting to dive in and make a name for myself on YouTube. And I feel like this is a space where I can share my thoughts, I can share my talents, and I can just be, which is me. And Lena's Lane is inspired from me just being in my lane, doing whatever it is that I want to do. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an herbalist, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter and a sister. And for me, it's very hard to put me in a box. I'm very creative. I can find solutions for most things. And doing one thing stifles me. So I created In Lena's Lane. It means whatever I want to do, I can do it. Just stay in my lane. I hope that when you come to this channel, you're inspired. You are encouraged to have that light bulb go off in different areas of your life. And the purpose of In Lena's Lane is for me to live my life and do whatever it is I want to do. I don't have to be fit into a niche, but there are things that I am good at and there are things that I might not be so good at. But it's okay because it's my lane. So today I wanted to talk to you about what it is that you're doing. Is it something that you enjoy doing? Is it something that stifles you? Do you feel stuck? What does it look like for you to be happy? What does it look like for you to not be in a space of fog? And I say this because as an entrepreneur, there's always times where you can be in a fog, you can be uncertain, and it's tough to get out of that. But your words and your mindset are two things that can get you through. You can acknowledge the real, right? A lot of people want to say that the real is you're not good enough, you're not doing the work, blah, blah, blah. But what if you can talk to yourself kinder, gentler, give yourself grace, and that propels you to the next level? And so first you have to really sit and think about what is it that I'm doing? And I've had to ask myself this question so many times. I don't necessarily see what I'm doing or what I would like to do out in the world. So sometimes when you're scrolling and you need that motivation and you need the inspiration from somebody else, you really need to tap into you. That's where the motivation is. That's where the inspiration is. In Lena's Lane, I get to try out anything. Whether it works for other people or not, at least I did it. At least I stepped out in faith. This isn't to say that you can't be inspired or you can't be motivated. But we have to realize that the things that influencers do and the instructions or the tutorials that we're seeing, it's only a snippet. We don't see the mistakes. We don't see how they build up to the grand finale. And if you don't tap into yourself, your grand finale will be based on things that are not whole, things that are not truly who you are. And I'm guilty of it too. I've seen things, I'm like, I want to create that exact look. But no matter what I do and what I did, I can't create a certain look from somebody else because it's their look. It's time for us to make things of our own, on our own. For example, I recently had a photo shoot, and for most clients, they wish to be, skin smooth, airbrush, hair looking a certain way. Most of my clients strive for perfection. But in reality, there is no perfection. And my client told me, I want to keep my stretch marks. And I really admire that about them because that was huge in a world where perfect skin is everything, my client said, keep my shit. And I really, really appreciated that. So I'm sharing that with you. Look over the things that you may not care about yourself, your imperfections. I didn't always like my freckles. And one day I was just like, I love my freckles. I had to stop talking to myself in a way that was not uplifting, because it makes you really not like the things that you don't care about yourself. And it's not a bad thing to not care for certain things about yourself, but when we're really hard on ourselves and we're trying to erase what God has given us with surgeries, with makeup, with cover-ups constantly, it's time that we start to ask ourselves, like, well, what is it that you love about yourself? And once I started focusing on the things that I love about myself and not having to be perfect or have second and third day hair all the time and perfect curls, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And I actually started to stand out more. Once I started to accept how my hair flows, how my freckles flow, how my skin is aging gracefully, I started to accept that. And now I love to play makeup. It's so fun for me. I enjoy doing other people's makeup. But how I see them and how they see themselves are two different things. So as they like what I do and how I perform for them, whether it's photography or makeup, I'm consistently asking, do you prefer this? Do you prefer that? Because I want the true you to shine. Not my opinion. We work together to create a look for you. We really have to be honest with ourselves about the things that we hold on to. For example, I recently got my layers cut back in June of this year, and oh my God, so much hair was taken off. And at first I felt naked without all of this hair that I had grew back, even though it had just fell out due to postpartum shedding. But after a while, I was like, I'm gonna embrace this newness, this vulnerability. I almost felt naked without super long full hair. And I know it looks like I have hair now, but this is my first day wash and go. But I love my third day hair, sometimes fourth day. And I literally just started wearing my hair blow dried out, moisturized, and just blow dried out, because I'm accepting me for me. How I see things is not going to be how somebody else sees it. Now, if you're in business and you're doing your branding and you have to consult with people about your brand and how you want to present yourself, there are knowledgeable people out there. But what I'm saying is, nobody has more knowledge about you than you. I don't care how much you try to explain it. I don't care if you write it out in red ink. Nobody is best at you but you. So as you go about your day, you may have times where you feel like nothing is working, you don't feel like yourself, you feel disconnected to yourself, which is really alarming, because you don't want to be disconnected from you. You want to feel connected to yourself, to your womb space, to your body, so that you can have better days, so that you know the strength, so you can have the strength to pull from within. And I think to see more of that, to show more of that, that's my lane. Focusing on what makes me happy, how I want to do things, not necessarily being against having extra knowledge, because I love listening to people and their stories. I'm very inquisitive, and I like to ask questions about how people think, because it allows me, one, to be okay with how I think, but this is all a learning experience. This is all a human experience. And the differences that the world has in people makes the world go round. And what would the world look like if we started doing exactly what we wanted to do versus emulating or copying what other people are doing? I can give you a recipe word by word, and it will always come out different, because it's not me making it, it's you. And we have to be okay with that, because it's a strength. So, I leave you today with the thought and the question to ask yourself, what am I doing? What are you doing with your thoughts? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your energy? And as those answers start to come to you, make choices that are good for you. Make decisions that help bring more light to your world. Be blessed.